right, baby, mark the date. It is June 6, 2025, and this is the night college sports changed forever. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching the number one, adapt and respond. It's going to take me a minute, dog. Thank you for joining us here. We talk college football. We talk ball year round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like this video and answer the question in the comments below. Did you expect when you were watching someone playing NCAA 14 that we would get to a point where schools can pay athletes directly? Not only that, but it is demanded by law that you're going to spread out $2.8 billion in back pay, that you're going to have to put a cap on how much money you can pay an individual school, that you can raise money to pay other athletes. Oh my God. No is the answer to that question. Also, excuse the helmet hair because I just got off the bike as this news dropped. And I was like, damn, I would be out on my bike when Judge Claudia Wilkens, 75 years old, issues an order in Oakland, California at about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that changes the face of college sports forever as we know it. I would be. So I hustle back to the house, and I'm collecting my thoughts about what we already knew was going to happen, but now that it's here and the moment has come, it's still just wild in that we've already gone from this to power commissioners have already decided that they want to go get a CEO for college sports to oversee this thing to replace the NCAA, and we think it's going to be Brian Seeley, who was much a Major League Baseball executive, was also a U.S. attorney, to run the thing, to act as the arbitrator, to act as the guy. And it's only 2025. We haven't even started talking about, we started talking about preseason football. They ain't started talking about preseason football yet, dog. It's June 6, 2025. And now we are to the point where we know what the revenue share is probably going to look like, about $20.8 billion. Ross Bjork has even said, I expect that cap to get to 25 million in 4 years' time. It might be shorter. Right now, you're looking at $20.8 billion you can spend across, million you can spend across all of your athletics, from women's rowing to college football. I still have no idea how this is going to impact Title IX. And I have no idea how Title IX is going to be enforced. We do know we're going to have the NIL Go clearinghouse that is going to scrutinize all deals over $600 or more to see just how much, money they're putting aside for work they be doing. We don't want no Red Bomar, big red motorsport situations going on here. And if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Man, think about that. For folks that don't know, Red Bomar absolutely lied to Bob Stoops' face, and that's why Red Bomar ended up being Red Bomar. It wasn't because, the big red motorsports. But even now, that would have been name, image, and likeness money now, dog. Like that. Think about that's buck wild. Reggie Bush getting his Heisman back because of stuff that is now legal, right? The money that RG3 would have brought into Baylor, the money that Johnny Manziel brought into Texas A&M, all the way down the line. College sports changed in 2021. We started playing athletes, but then we come up with all these different rules that we wanted to enforce and not enforce depending on who you were, to how we could pay them and when we could pay them. Now we got real rules about that, and we get the universities that have to pay the players directly. Now, we're also going to see roster cap, something we've never seen in college sports. People think that's bad. I'm going, nah. If you want to walk on the football team, you can pay for the scholarship, but now you got to cap it at 105. Cool. Some guys don't need to be playing FBS football. Some guys don't need to be playing Power 4 football. We've known this for a long time. Now we're just saying the quiet part out loud. The walk-on has been really in a heroic move, right? You walk on the football team, no scholarship, you're paying for your room and board, you're showing up to practice, showing up to film study, you're putting the work in, you hope to earn a scholarship. Still happens today. But the Baker Mayfields of the world, right, the Bullsworths of the world, they're just not that, they're rare. That's why we know their names, right? But to be a scholarship player now is not even to make a roster. Scholarship cap's there. If you're not good enough or they deem that you just ain't got it no more, they can ship you off just like they do in the NFL, just like they do in the NBA, just like they do in every other professional league. For the folks that have been crying and yelling and screaming about how college sports is dead and we're all professionalizing, yes, we've been professionalizing since we could pay players way back in the early 20th century. We had dudes that were playing for Harvard and Yale on the same day because they were getting a check. We've been handing out brown envelopes full of cash forever. Now all that money is taxable. That's it. That's all. You don't report it to the tax man, he's going to come for your house. That's how this is going to work now. But now you're also seeing the seven-figure athlete, right? We've seen, Nisha just got $1 million deal to play softball at Texas Tech. We've seen $1 million deals across the board for quarterbacks at the Power 4 level. Power 4 level, yes, not Power 5. We are going to continue to see that number go up. What remains to be, worked out is just who's getting the bulk of this money after the quarterback. Is it going to be offensive line? Is it going to be wide receivers? I think it's going to be case-by-case basis. You're going to pay Jeremiah Smith more than you're going to pay Julian Sayin at Ohio State. It's just how it's going to work. You're going to pay Arch Manning more than you're going to play Ryan Wingo at Texas. It's just how it's going to work. But you also have more discretion over who gets paid and how they get paid. In addition to, schools can still pay you for good grades, like the Alston Award is for getting good grades and being a good citizen. Like, that's what it is. You get paid to be an athlete. This is also going to make the stakes rise even more for high school sports and youth sports, because now there's real money at the end of being 17. Not at the end of being 22, 17. You can start making loot right away if you are that kind of an athlete, no matter what sport you play. If you are generational, people will pay you to be generational for them. We've also seen how badly some programs really want to be good. My favorite example of this is Southern Methodist, who accepted a pay cut. We're not going to get paid this year or the next to join the ACC. And what they do, they showed up and they have not lost a game in ACC competition. They lost the ACC championship game and they lost the college football playoff game. Things that I'm sure they were willing to trade to get where they are now, because Southern Methodist gets to play with the big boys. That's what they've always wanted. Boise State, they're up here trying to play with the big boys. They're going to join the Pac-12, right? Or what was once the Pac-12. Try to regain its status. I don't ever think it's going to be the conference champions ever again, because that's just gone. But you're going to see the arms race get even larger, even bigger. And as people are talking about, I don't like college sports anymore, good. Get up out of here. More money for the rest of us. More time for the rest of us. More athletics for the rest of us. I'm past having this discussion about just who is going to get missed if they don't want to adapt to the change that's coming. If you don't want to adapt and respond, there's no place for you in college sports anymore. That said, I am over the moon about just what it's going to mean for our athletes, right? They get bread they get to put away. They get bread they get to put away that's generational. It's more than just being able to buy mama a house. It's being able to buy the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It's being able to raise up your entire neighborhood. It's changing the way that we're going to consume college athletics going forward, because we're going to expand to 16 teams, which means we're going to play more football games, mean we're going to make more money. College football is the second most popular sport in this country behind the NFL. That is ahead of the NBA. That is ahead of Major League Baseball. That is ahead of hockey. Think about what this is going to do to supercharge what is already one of the most important sports in American history. I choose to be excited about that. Now, how is that going to affect the play on the field? Players still got to play. Players still got to make plays. What's also going to get really just pushed into the forefront is gambling. People be betting on these games. People be getting mad at the athletes if they don't do what they got to do to cover their parlays or whatever. That part, I don't know how you're going to rein that in, because they got match fixing over there in European soccer. They got match fixing everywhere. They got match fixing in the NBA, you know? You're going to have to monitor this. You're going to have to make the punishments things that people never want to see. Ever, ever, ever. They got to be the worst ever. So much more enforcement's going to have to come into play. That's the big overarching thing for me. With the more money you have going on this, the more eyes you're going to have on it, the more the enforcement's got to matter. So whoever you put in that CEO place, you got to give them the brevity. You got to give them the access. You got to give them the access to go and do what they must to enforce the rules. Otherwise, nobody can trust the integrity of the game. If you can't trust the integrity of the game, then you do really risk losing the game altogether. So what we're going to see very quickly is the establishment of this cap. We're going to see who comes up against it. We're going to see if there's a luxury tax. I don't think there's going to be, but I would expect there to be. We're going to see how they bargain too, because you can't have a salary cap without a collective bargaining agreement. To have a collective bargaining agreement, you have to have a union representing the players or the labor, and you have to have a group that is representing the owners or the universities, Power 5 or Power 4 conference commissioners, so forth, so on. There's so much more lawyering that has to happen, but we do know what the course forward is going to be for college athletics. That much I choose to be excited about. As we continue to figure this thing out in real time, I'm going to be here doing this because I love this stuff so much. And as it gets more chaotic, come back to me and figure it out. I love the chaos. Give me all the chaos here. We're going to work it out. We always find order inside of chaos. It's the people that throw their hands up and get away from the table. Cool. We don't need you. It's wartime. It's wartime over here. Oh, man. College football. I love you, dog. It's about to get real rough. It's about to get real rowdy.